How to leave a rude person speechless. Have you ever had that moment when someone's words land like a slap and the whole room waits to see if you'll smile and take it? I've lived that scene more times than I care to count. What changed everything for me wasn't a clever comeback or a louder voice. It was learning how to answer with so little noise that the silence itself did the talking. I used to think being the bigger person meant letting every cheap shot bounce off me. I'd swallow the remark, feel the burn, and tell myself I was keeping the peace. But peace bought at the cost of your own dignity isn't peace, it's a slow leak. Every time I let the snide comment slide, I handed over a small piece of credibility to the person who didn't deserve it. Eventually, I ran out of pieces. The shift came when I realized calm isn't passive. Calm is a precision instrument. A 2022 University of Amsterdam study found observers side with the composed responder 2-to-1 over the loud aggressor. Composure reads as control, and control, quiet, unruffled, almost bored-looking control, reads as power. Epictetus nailed it. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. Keep the leash, skip the tantrum. Below are 5 replies I keep folded in my back pocket. None require shouting, insults, or Oscar-level acting. Deliver them flat, almost curious, then shut up and let the silence work. The quiet question. In that same meeting I mentioned earlier, the guy who loved to grandstand, let's call him Derek, leaned back and said, "I'm surprised you even bothered presenting this." I let a beat pass, looked him in the eye, and asked, "You good?" 2 syllables, 0 sarcasm. Questions flip the brain from attack to explanation mode. Derek blinked, mumbled something about the numbers, and the oxygen left the room. Use it anytime. Having a rough day? Need a minute? The flatter your tone, the wider the echo. The neutral mirror. When a straight question feels off, just repeat their line like you're reading a weather report. They say, "That idea is ridiculous." You answer, "You believe the idea is ridiculous." No adjectives, no heat. Hostage negotiators call this paradoxical reflection. Stripped of its sting, the insult floats back like a balloon. Most people rephrase or drop it once they hear their own words in daylight. The Stoic shrug. Musashi wrote, "Truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it island." When someone calls me a time waster, I sometimes shrug and say, "Could be, could also not be." Then I sip my water and let the silence stretch. The shrug refuses the binary of right-wrong and signals you're above the chessboard. No traction, no argument, no fun for the provocateur. The boundary boom. Some lines can't be grey. Racist jokes, harassment, public shaming. In those cases, clarity beats courtesy. Keep it short, firm, final. Nope, we don't do that here. Speak from the diaphragm. End on a down note, no filler. The sentence is a wall, not an invitation to debate. People rarely bash a wall twice if the first hit hurts. The value filter. My personal favorite for chronic aggressors: I don't value your opinion enough to be offended by it. Deliver it like you're reading the humidity index, then pivot back to the topic. Cicero called contempt of an enemy the highest form of contempt. Downgrade their social currency in front of the room, but use this one sparingly. Aim only at those who mistake kindness for weakness. Whatever line you choose, back it with 2 seconds of intentional silence. Count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That micro pause lets the group register the shift without you over-explaining. Silence frames the moment, the way white space frames a design. Practice in low-stakes rooms: first eye-rolling barista, snarky cousin, so the tone timing, and facial expression feel native when the stakes spike. Muscle memory beats improvisation every time. And when the roles reverse and one day they will accept the calm response with a simple, fair point. Let me rephrase. Grace received is grace returned. Leaving someone speechless isn't about volume or venom. It's about owning your internal weather while theirs turns stormy. Pack these tools, deploy them with quiet timing, and watch rude behavior lose its oxygen. When you refuse to hand over your peace, you starve the conflict before it can grow teeth. Carry that into your next meeting, your next family dinner, your next scroll through social media, and the room will feel the shift long before you ever raise your voice.